The Coast Guard protects our Gulf Coast from drug runners, smugglers, and anyone trying to get into the country illegally.
The Coast Guard is also first to respond to any call for help in the Gulf for search and rescue operations before, during, and after major hurricanes. NBC2 anchor Alan Campbell shows us the dangers that come with the job.
It was like nothing I'd ever seen before, just the sheer devastation.
The United States Coast Guard goes out when Mother Nature shows her evil side.
This Category 5 hurricane coming, this is your last chance, we have to go.
Living on the Gulf Coast, we see our fair share of hurricanes. This hurricane season has been especially busy in the Gulf, with a rescue happening just off the coast of Sanibel, when a man and his dog radioed for help.
It was a great case, pretty sporty, good-sized waves, a lot of winds. And yeah, I mean, we're all jealous of them. That's kind of what we all want to do. We definitely all debrief it because no two cases are the same. So when someone has real experience, we talk about it and learn from each other, so we're all prepared for whatever comes up.
The Coast Guard responded to help victims after Hurricane Ian slammed the Gulf Coast.
We lowered down our rescue swimmer and he started going door to door over Sanibel Island to search for survivors or anyone in distress. Our rescue swimmer did end up finding a woman in distress. We hoisted her up in the middle of a neighborhood.
The rescue swimmers are an elite group. They go through a 6-month training program with a high attrition rating around 86%, but are trained to handle every situation and rescue people in desperate need.
When that call comes in and you find out what it's going to be, you're definitely picturing in your head, remembering your training, remembering what you're capable of doing. I'm just trying to get to the survivors as quickly as I can and get a quick assessment of what's going on. Are they injured? How many people are there? Is everyone accounted for? And then it's just time to get to work.
Currently, there are roughly 250 to 300 rescue swimmers in the entire Coast Guard. They're the ones who jump out of helicopters or get hoisted down to make a rescue, including a rescue last year, 36 miles off the Boca Grande coast with 8 people clinging to an ice chest waiting for help to arrive.
They put me down in the water. I swam over, made sure everyone was uninjured and accounted for, and then went to work. I had to swim about 50 yards through them, buddy tow one person at a time, 50 yards back, get them in the basket, and rinse and repeat 8 times.
When the Coast Guard gets a call for help, the pilot, co-pilot, flight mechanic, and rescue swimmer grab their gear, get into a helicopter, head to the scene, so his lives are at risk, and seconds count.
Everyone will just be bouncing ideas off each other, what we might be flying into, and we'll come up with a loose plan before we get on scene, and then, we use our mind's eye, what we think we're going to fly into. We'll get on scene and determine whether or not what we talked about will work, or we'll re-talk it over.
Most of the time, the plan usually changes.
I'd say so, yeah.
Danger is an aspect of the job team members embrace and prepare for whatever may come up.
You launch very quickly with a limited amount of information and do some hasty mission planning and make the best plan you can with your crew.
The rescue swimmers' motto is so others may live. The Coast Guard is a last hope for help when people are in extreme danger.
It's what we train for. I mean, that's why most of us do the job, is to help others in extreme events like this. It's pretty rewarding to execute a case and save a life in an environment that challenging.
The United States Coast Guard's motto is simple, semper paratus, meaning always ready. They will go at a minute's notice. For NBC2, I'm Alan Campbell.